So let's open a new project, RGB, everything is set. The next one we'll be working on is Carouso. So Carouso, let's import. So let's first of all zoom out. Then let's import. Control I is to import. Downloads, car company logo template, EPS, as always. Okay. So we first of all ungroup it and then we delete anything that we don't need. All of this is not necessary. Go necessary. So we select the text, the vector. First of all, add a rectangle, or I can shift P to move to center of page. So what I want to do now is I want to write the name underneath it. All this color is not necessary also, so everything black first. You can see that now the preview is pixel because it is looking at it according to the pixel, the resolution of the file. If I switch this preview now to enhanced, it will not look at the pixels anymore. So you can use the pixel to check if a job is sharp or not. But because you are just previewing it and you know it is what it is, you use enhanced. I like enhanced. It doesn't pixelate at all. So I click on Carouso. I click on text, then I type Carouso. I'll be using intro for this. The font just came to my head because of the roundness of the O and the tires. Okay, if we want to fall now. What's all this noise? Let me record in pace, please. I don't like all this. So now I have grouped everything. If I don't want to ungroup, but I want to select this carousel, I can hold Control on my keyboard, Control or Command on Mac, and click on carousel to select the carousel. Can you see that the highlight is on circle instead of rectangle? Let me click out. You can see that each of these highlights, they are all squares. But if I hold Control and I click on this, I can select the car itself. If I want to click deeper, I can hold Control again and select the car, and I will still pick something again. So when you group an object and then you want to select something inside the group, just hold your Control and click on it. It will pick what you want to select for you. And if it is a multiple grouped object like this car, you know, the way this happened is the car was already grouped. Let me ungroup. The car was already grouped before as a single group. Then I grouped it with this carousel. So if I hold Control now and I click, it will only pick it one group down. Same thing with the car, to pick the car. But if I want to pick elements of the car's group, I Control again and click, and to go deeper. So let me ungroup this. So I click on the car. Let me make it a little bit bigger. I want to work with gold for this Carouso brand. Is this the one I picked gold for? No. I picked red and... No, red. Magenta and... Is it navy blue? What color should we use? Let's use yellow. Let's use golden yellow and purple. That's a bit colorful. So let's use golden yellow and purple. So I will first of all I've grouped everything. So I press my Shift and P to centralize it to the page, or ordinary P on your Windows. Let me ungroup. So what I need to do now is ungroup this also, because I'm about to make this colorful. So what I want to do now is I want to work with purple and golden yellow. So I need to have my colors down first. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So the first one, purple. Let me click on this. So I want purple. Which purple will be perfect? I want purple to be a bit deep, but not too deep. So the purple will be the black. That's one. That's another one. Then the yellow. Something a bit deep. That's another one. Then I want to make the yellow a bit orangey. That's another one. Then this last one, I want to have a dark alternate of the purple itself. This would be nice. Yeah, that's it. So what I want to do now is, these are the colors that I'll be using to work. And if you notice, while I was picking the colors, it was being added to the document palette. So this is all the colors that I've ever used on this document itself. What I want to do now is, I want to make this Carouso purple. So let me make it a gradient. Then I'll make this purple, the brighter version of the purple. Then I make the bottom one the darker version of the purple, the darkest one. Oh, let me see this. Yes, this is better. So that's the Carouso. Then I'll be mixing the car. What I'll do with the car is, I want to mix. So now after I did this color, I can move it a little bit. Then I come to this roof here. If I press Ctrl R, it will repeat. Remember, repeat here. Where is it? Where is Ctrl R? This is it. So it will repeat that fill action. So this fill action that I just did now, let's say I want to copy. Let's say I have already done so much work now, and then I want to copy this fill here. All I need to do is to first of all move this fill a little bit in a way that it doesn't switch the job. Then if I come and click this one and I press Ctrl R, it will repeat that action of fill on it. So I can change the body, Ctrl R again, and this front, Ctrl R. So I can choose to make these tires now the darkest version of the purple. So that way I don't have to use black. Same thing with this. So now what I want to do now is make this fire the yellow. So what I'll do is G is to activate this gradient. So I click on this white part of the color and I change it. I change it to the yellow. It doesn't want to work. So let me delete all this extra in between. I ask for it. So I can change this color now. Document palette to yellow. Then I can change this one. Then I switch the direction. No, just the light will be yellow. So I'm combine this and this. Let me combine it. Let me combine all the entire body together. Then, because I didn't put the color naturally, it didn't combine properly. So I need to put the color again. I move the color a little bit on this carousel. I come here, I press Ctrl R to repeat the action. Then I can change the direction of the gradient. Let me make it like this. This is meant to be joined with this. So what I did was, I first of all clicked on this, then I clicked on the one with the color. So if I press G, the characteristics of what was picked second will be applied on both of them. So what I want to do now is, I want to have a small effect of like this fire having some 3D feature. So what I'll do is, I'll click on this once, this fire, click on it once to bring out my rotation. So now I can rotate it, but I don't want to rotate it. Instead, let me copy, Ctrl C, and then paste, Ctrl V. So what I want to do is, I want to scale it a little bit, this one here. Then I'll make it yellow. So what I'll do next is, I'll bring this transparency and then I'll make it transparent. And I use my, double clicking on the shape layer will activate the shape tool, this one. So I want to remove all this one away from the way. Then I'll power clip it inside here. I used command to enter inside the power clip. This is it. Command to go back outside. I'll be using Alt to dig into it, to select what is inside. So I can change the transparency from outside, and I'm also seeing what is happening. So let's say I want to have a second one again, from down to up. I use my right click to drop it so it's duplicated. Let me bring this back to click here. And I need to extract the content of the duplicates. Remove frame. So frame type, remove frame, will remove whatever is inside the frame. Don't show again. Okay. So let me make this white. I use my Alt to pick it. I add my transparency, linear transparency up here. So this is our Carouso logo. It is done. Delete these colors, you don't need them anymore. And I can create a new page also. Come to the Carouso, select everything, copy, come to this new page, paste. Then I double click on the rectangle. I might want to make this background the dark purple that we just had now. The logo is not done yet. This backlight, okay, it's okay. The backlight is meant to follow this yellow. So the same thing I did earlier. Let me go to my move tool. I moved this gradient a little bit. I held Control to click on this flame. So I hold G, I move this a little bit. Then I click on this one. I hold Control to dig into it and pick only it. And I press Ctrl R to repeat that color on it. So I copy everything again. Copy. Ctrl C, copy. I come here, select everything, delete it. I paste it. Ctrl V, paste. So now what I want to do now is make this Carouso white. Then make the tires white also, because of the alternate color. Make the rims also white. It's an outline, so I right click to make it a white outline. Same thing with this. It is actually not an outline, it's a shape. So let me remove the outline. Right click to remove the outline. Then make it white. And I can make all this purple on the car also. Right. I can choose to make this a gradient so it has a little bit of some depth of fill. So I'll make this white, purple. And let me make it deeper, a deeper purple. Then I'll make it radial. Let me move this down. Let me move this up. So it seems like the light is coming from up, down on the job. Then to add more effects, let me select everything. I'll group it first. Ctrl G is to group. Then I will add a shadow. So because I am holding shift now, I am adding a shadow to everything. Then let me break it apart. But this shadow is too much. I want the feather to be reduced. So let me make this 8. Yes, then I break it apart. Ctrl K is to break apart. Because I first of all group everything, the shadow will be one single shadow for everything. So this is the shadow. I might like to move the shadow up a little bit. It's better like this. It is not too pronounced like this. Can you see the difference? So that's that for Carouso. You can save. Or better still, I might want to add a little reflection on this. In order to do that, I'll pick up my pen tool. So I click on this side. Click on here, then I drag my pen tool so it has an arc. Yeah. So I arc this outside of the Carouso. Then let me pick white. I will remove the outline. Right click on no color to remove the outline. So I pick up my transparency tool and I transparent it from down to up. So that will add a little bit of some reflection to the text. And I can clip this into the text. Okay, this is what I was saying earlier about Corel not allowing you power clip inside text. It just happened now. Let me try again. It didn't work. So what I need to do is I need to first of all curve this text. Let me ungroup. Perhaps it's because it was grouped. Let's try again. It still don't work. So what I need to do is I need to first of all curve this text before I can power clip any effect inside it. And the reason why I'm clipping it is because this is standing on the background on its own. Let me show you what this will look like on a purple background. Can you see? It is showing the entire reflection. Let me delete this. So what I need to do is I need to first of all curve this text. So I go to Object, convert it to curves. So to curve it, that's Ctrl Q. And I can right click on this reflection and paste it here. It is done. Let me copy this same text. Let me delete this Carouso, ungroup, and I click on the Carouso here. It's always nice to have this same font saved somewhere so you can remember the name of the font that you used for the job whenever you are covering the job, because there might be a time when you've done the logo for someone and then you need the name of that font. So let me delete this and I paste the Carouso there. So in order to make the effect work, I need to make this not direct white but a gradient of like 10% white to pure white. That's not enough, so let me make it 20%. Let me use the same gradient for this car. So I'll control R. Let me use G to change the direction. So now the logo is done. That's for the Carouso logo. Then to export my job, I select everything. Then I come to File, Export. Control E is to export. I export it as which format? Let's say I need it as PNG. Export it as PNG. Carouso. If I want it to be exported without background, which I will be needing later on for mockup, I can export it without background. So I just click only the logo itself. Come to my file, export. I can press Ctrl E to export. Save only selected element. And I save it as PNG. So that will save only the background. So let me see Carouso MBG. So you can see it now, no background. Okay. Then let's do the same thing for Spyfini. Let's get the transparent background of Spyfini. So export. PNG. Then let's export the entire dark.